Hi, I'm Debbie from stampwithdeb.com, and I am here to show you a really cute version of a little box that Julie DiMatteo made, and she cased it from someone else, and it's amazing. That's how these things go. And so I did this with my team today, and so I wanted to show you what I was making. So I'm going to turn you down so you can see. Oh, you want to see the box, don't you? It's this little teeny tiny box. And I think 3 Hershey's Kisses will fit in here. Not much will fit in here, but I bet you can find some candy or something to fit in there, and it's just adorable. So let's get it going. So first I'm going to switch this so that it's working right. It seems to be backwards. So I'm thinking okay, let me switch it down and then we'll see if we're still backwards, okay? Let's see. So let's cover you up, and here you go. You're going into the blinds, and turn it down, and we'll see how we're doing here. I'm gonna go a little further here. Sorry guys, I know it's wiggly, and I wish that there was a really super easy way to do this, but there is not, and I have to get it far enough that you guys can see what I'm doing. So let's try that, and let's try moving this up so that you're in there. Okay, I think that will work. Okay, so we're gonna make this cute little box. So I'm going to start with a piece of cardstock that measures 5 by 6.5. Let me just check one more thing here on my phone. Okay, 5 by 6.5. And I'm going to start with, I'm going to use my paper trimmer, and I'm going to score. So we're going to move the cutting blade out of the way, and I'm going to put it with the 5-inch side at the top, and I'm going to score at 1.5, and I remember this now. I like this better than I do my scoring blade. It works better. Or the awl, and 3.5. And the little end works best, okay. And then I'm going to turn it so my 6.5-inch side is at the top, and I'm going to score at 1.5. Three, 4.5, whoops, moved it, and 5.5. Okay, then I'm going to come back, and at 2.25, I'm just going to put a little mark here and here. It's easier to do on here than it is to do on the scoring board. Okay, now I'm going to come back and I'm going to cut. So this is the area with the little marks. So I'm going to come back and I'm going to cut off part of this. You know what I'm going to do though, just to be sure. Nope, I'm just going to put it back in here, and I'm going to cut this to this. This is the box this is what's going to form the bottom of the box, and these are the sides. So I'm going to cut, let's put the blade at the top, down to this score line right here. Then I'm going to move it over to the 1.5-inch, which is my other score line, and I'm going to cut from there up. And then I'm going to come down here, and I'm going to do the same thing on the bottom. Move that out of the way. And I'm going to cut up to this first line go a little further. And then I'm going to cut from that first line down, or cut up to it, whichever way works best for you. Okay, now we are done with the cutting. Okay, so then I'm going to come back, and where I have my little marks here, I am going to take my bone folder, because it has a really nice edge on it for this, and my ruler, and I'm going to make a score line between that little tick that I made and the corner. And I'm going to do that on all 4 sections, or all 4 little lines there. It's 2 sections. So I'm making my little fold lines there from that center tick mark to the corner of that square. And there we go. That's done. We're done with those 2. Okay, next I'm going to come in and I'm going to cut off. So I have the 3 sections here, and then this is the one with my scoring in it, and I'm going to trim that off right there, and I'm going to cut those angles while I'm here. Same thing on this side. I'm going to trim it off here, and it's about halfway in that square, just so we don't have all that bulkiness to work with. And here I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to trim that one in half and cut out my wedge. And this one I'm going to cut it in half as well and cut out my wedge. Let me try something here. Cut out my wedge. Okay. Whoops, I don't want any volume on that, do I? And cut out my wedge. Let me turn that off. Okay. Okay. All right. So once I've got that done, I can get rid of all of this. Okay, I'm going to take my bone folder and I'm just going to crease everything here. Real quick like. And I need to remember to round that corner. Okay, so then I'm going to use one of our old corner rounders and just round this corner, which is the corner that's going to tuck down in the box. And it just makes it a little easier to go in the box. If you have trouble, you can even trim off these edges a little bit right in here. If you're finding that it doesn't want to fit in the box too well, just give those edges a little trim. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to cut our DSP. And DSP is Designer Series papers. So I'm going to use this one that I used earlier, and it's cut at 1 7/8 inch to start with. It's the width of our box. And then I'm going to cut 1 7/8 of an inch, one piece. And I'm going to cut 2 at 1 3/8. 1 3/8. Okay. So you need 1 7/8 and 2 at 1 3/8. And those are going to go, now remember this is the bottom of our box, so we're not going to put anything there. We are going to put these And the paper I'm using is Playful, oh, what is it? Oh, I knew I would forget it. Okay. We're not even going to try to guess. So this one is going here. If I was not tucking this in, then I would put one here. But because I'm tucking this in, I want that to go on the top of the box instead of the front. And this is a quick and simple box, really. So, whoops, that's gonna go that way. Okay, now I'm going to use our new Stampin' Seal Plus for this. It's a good strong adhesive, but you see it's not grabbing. So if you just run it on your silicone mat a little bit, you will find that it will grab. Just a little touch to get it started. So I'm just barely moving it to get it started, and then it's set to go. I'm going to crease these and just fold it in. I think it's quicker and easier than using the tear-in tape, just because it's not, you don't have to peel the paper off. So it makes it a little easier, a lot easier. Sometimes those papers get a little tricky. Okay, so then once you have this done, we're going to put a bow on top. And I think I'm going to use Just Jade. No, I'm not. I'm going to use the Bumblebee again. Let me grab that. I seem to have misplaced my Bumblebee. Oh, it was right here on my desk. Okay, so I'm going to tie the Bumblebee on top of here. I really wanted Coastal Cabana, but don't have anything, and it didn't color anything. So if I had, I could have taken the Coastal Cabana, or taken a Whisper White and colored it with the Coastal Cabana Stampin' Right not the Stampin' Right markers. You could do it with the Stampin' Right markers. But I would do it with the Stampin' Blends, and that would give me a Coastal Cabana ribbon instead. But this works, actually any color works with this little box, because the paper has so many different colors in it. The next thing that I need to do is I use this from Hippo and Friends. It's the tag that came in the dies, and so there are lots of dies in this set. These are the ones that are the bigger ones and the shape dies. The other ones go with the actual hippo with the images. So I'm going to, I'm off screen today. I am so sorry about that. I do have a 1/2 inch circle punch here that I want to punch right in the front here. I mean a 1/2 inch circle punch, and I'm going to punch that right there just to give us a little bit of a place to grab it, and that makes a little place for your finger to go. So I'm going to stamp today's plan. It's from Nothing's Better Than, and it's this greeting right here, and I love this set. It's just going to be fun, I can tell. So it has some really cute images in it. And I have a Just Jade. And I'm thinking I probably should have gone with Coastal Cabana. But we're going to use Just Jade. See how that works for us. It's close. It's Just Jade. Coastal Cabana and Just Jade are very close. It's like a darker version of Coastal Cabana, Just Jade is. So I think it'll work fine. And then I'm just going to attach it to the front of my box, and inside it says today's plan, consume whatever's in that box. Some days are that way. Okay, all done. Thank you very much for joining me. And if there's anything that you need in the way of products, you can always shop at Stamp with Deb at any time, day or night. If you like this video, press the subscribe button and you will be able to see the videos that I make from here on out. If you need a catalog, please email me and I will be sure that you get one. Thank you very much for joining me today. Bye-bye.